This is D-Loves Deadlifts here, coming at you with a new video on excuses. When I started my weight loss journey, I was in grad school and I was working 2 part-time jobs that were at each end of the state that I was living in. One was 2 hours away and the other one was 2 hours away from that. So I was traveling a lot. I was doing homework. I was working. I was living with my brother in one place, and then I was living with my fiance in the other place. You know, it was a lot for me. But this was at the beginning of my weight loss journey, and I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it, that I, could do something that could change my life. And I could have easily made excuses for myself. I could have made, excuses saying I didn't have time, I didn't have the resources to meal prep, I wasn't staying at my house so I couldn't cook at my brother's, anything like that I could have said. But I didn't. I found a way to meal prep, whether it was making grilled chicken or getting a rotisserie chicken and using a lot of frozen vegetables. That's something that I did a lot. I made a lot of frozen vegetables and rotisserie chicken because it was easy. I could portion it out for a couple of days, and I also drank a lot of pre-made protein shakes. Now, they're not the best for you because they could have a lot of sugar, but when you're driving 2 hours and you need to get your protein in and you need to eat something quick, that was something that I would always pick up. I had the core chocolate protein drinks, Now I wouldn't do that, but in the beginning I didn't really know about nutrition, about weight loss, about fitness that much, but I know that I wanted to change my life. And I know that by the end of grad school, I wanted to be proud of myself. I wanted to walk across that stage and prove to myself and everyone that was in my class that, I changed over this 2-year period. I get messages all the time on Instagram that are like, I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to meal prep. How do you do it? I work a full-time job. I go to the gym before I go to work every day. And I also make YouTube videos, and I also do my Instagram, and I also have other hobbies as well, like reading and hanging out with a few friends that I have. And they're all like, how do you do that? How do you do that? It's like, you have to want to make time for yourself. If you really want to do something, you can do it. You are the only person who can do it, and you are the only person holding yourself back. A lot of people tell me, I'm inspired by you. You're a real voice in the community. You do so much, and it's like, I'm only trying to better myself one day at a time. And I want to be the person that I wish that I had when I started this weight loss journey, because when I started in 2016, there were not a lot of bigger trans men in this journey. So I wanted to be one of those people for other people, because not everyone in fitness is skinny, ripped, abs. That's kind of what the community wants you to think. But there could be someone who's 250 pounds and they're fit and they're muscular. You can be that, and you can also lose weight if that's what you want to do. You can do anything that you set your mind to, but you have to want to make time for it. You have to want it. Whether it be, you could have a hobby that you want to do, like YouTube. I wanted to start YouTube. I was like, how am I going to make time? I'm already working 40 hours a week. I'm going to the gym. I have to have time for my fiance. I have to have time for, social interactions. I'm like, how am I going to do this? Well, I find time. Because this is something that I want to do, I find time to do it. This video is going up late. I apologize. But, I wanted to enjoy myself this weekend. That's okay. You have to make time for yourself. And I keep on saying that because if you want to do something, you can do it. You just have to really, really want it bad enough, because the only person that can do it is you. You are the only person that can make the change. Whether it be a little change, maybe meal prepping 1 meal a day for the week. Even that will help you a lot. Whether that be going for a walk after dinner, or before you go to work, or during your lunch break on work. It can be little changes that add up to big changes. You don't have to start, with the ground running. Like, don't do that. You want to start slow. Very, very slow. Like I said, whether that be walking after dinner or meal prepping one day a week. You don't have to meal prep all your meals. I only meal prep lunch. And then I have the same thing for breakfast every day. I have oatmeal with powdered peanut butter and sugar-free Walden Farms syrup. That way I keep the Walden Farms syrup in my desk, I keep my powdered peanut butter on my desk, and all I have to bring to work with me is my oatmeal. And I always have an extra oatmeal container at my desk just in case I forget to bring my oatmeal to work. You know, it's not as hard as everyone makes it seem. You know, it's just, you can't make excuses for yourself. The more excuses you make, the more you're not gonna do it. Everyone's like, start today, start today. Yes, start today. Make small changes. Set your goals somewhere where you can see them, whether that's your wallpaper on your phone, whether that's a note in your phone, whether that's a note on your computer. You know, whatever you look at the most during the day is where you should write your goals down. Because that's going to remind you, like, oh, okay, my goal is to run a 5K in 3 months. Okay. After dinner, you're tired, you're like, oh, my goal eventually is to run a 5K. Okay, I should go for a walk, or I should try to go for a run. You know, you want to be reminded of your goals so that you won't make excuses for not doing them. I used to make excuses all the time. When I was younger, I made the excuse that my mom was the reason I was bigger, because she doesn't know anything about nutrition. So I grew up just eating whatever we could afford, which is fine. You know, it's not her fault for not knowing. But when I got older, I could make the choice to find out the knowledge that I needed to lose weight and the knowledge that I needed to work out and do all of those things. You know, I can't blame my mom because she's not the one forcing me to eat the food. It's me. I'm putting the food in my mouth. I am the one who's making an effort to eat this. So do I want to eat something that's a little bit more healthy for me most of the time? Or do I want to eat a whole bunch of eating out every single day and things that are not that great for me, and that's going to make me lose weight, that's going to make me die when I'm 40 years old? No, that's not what I want. So I used to make excuses all the time. Oh, I'm tired, I'm lazy, I worked all day, I'm not going to go to the gym, I'm not going to meal prep, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. You know, I lost weight back in 2013. When I was about 23, I lost 70 pounds. I gained all that back in almost a year because I was making excuses. And excuses are what is going to kill your goal. You know, just don't make excuses. Just follow through with your plans. Make clear-cut plans that you want to do. And yes, you can change your plans if something happens, because life is going to happen. You know, you're going to get sick. You can't go to the gym one morning. You know, your fiance is going to want to do something. You can't meal prep that day. That's okay. You know, it's okay, it's life. Just make sure your excuses don't overpower you. That is something that, you know, just make sure your excuses don't overpower you, because if you have these goals and you really want to make them happen, you will.